Don't let people say it's complicated to learn. You are trying to make it out. You're trying to make it out. So let's do it. Let's actually put our minds together and do it. So that's why I'm making this video. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube, and today I'll be discussing something that I've been trying to, get through to some people that are starting out in the music scene, and especially creatives. Are beginner equipment really worth it? So like, I tend to just tell people that you should just start heavy. Like, there's no need to get beginner equipment, in my opinion. I'm gonna start off with my opinion straight away. So the first reason, I just feel like starting off with a small controller isn't beneficial if you want to progress yourself up to become a very good DJ, a top DJ. Because you want to use good equipment. You want to use the equipment that can work with any sort of hardware, any sort of speakers, any sort of situation. Your controller is able to work with it. Do you know what I'm saying? However, with a new mark, or with the controllers that only take RCA outputs, you might find it a little bit harder to work with when you go to when you're in a situation where you need to connect with XLRs. So it's just like, there's no need to have that barrier. I started out DJing 2019, and I was told to just get the basic, get a beginner equipment, start off low, and then you can work yourself up. That was the routine. That was what I was told, and that was what I followed through. So I ended up buying a new mark mix track platinum mixer. It was okay. It done the job. I was alright with it. It took me through the first a year or year and a half of DJing. So actually, I started my DJ career at my university in Kent, and I was using the Newmark controller. It served me okay. I had the Serato Lite. However, I feel like the barrier for me was, I wanted to push my DJing career further, and I was limited by the quality of the controller. So, for example, I needed an XLR output, and that controller doesn't have an XLR output. It only has an RCA. So when I want to connect to active speakers, I won't be able to do that. So obviously, it's like a what would I call it? It was just like a barrier. So, but if I'd started DJing with the top equipment, off the bat straight away, and I bought myself the DDJ SX3 or SX, whatever, I wouldn't have had that barrier. I would have started from the bottom and literally worked my way up without any barriers, without any, my controller can't do this. Do you know what I'm saying? It having no barriers, like it has no restrictions. I remember my first booking, a DJ had his controller and I had mine, and his set was finished. So obviously he went home, but however the speakers only had XLRs, and this was like a chance for me to really show myself to the crowd. And because I had this controller, I was so limited, and I wasn't able to play that day, and it kind of broke my heart. Like, I'll be real, I was really excited to DJ. I learned new routines. I learned a new mixer that I want to show the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, it's just like, because it was a shame, and I was just thinking, if I just had bought myself the big boy thing, like, straight off, this wouldn't be a problem. It would be like connect, and play. That's number one. Number two is the psychological barrier that you set yourself. If you start small, you think small. You don't want to think small. You want to think big. So don't start off small. Start off big. Get that big controller. Yes, it's expensive. Work. If you want to become a DJ, first of all, I feel like you should get yourself a job. Get yourself a job, day job. You can work at cafe, you can work at shop, you can work as anything. Yeah, you can work at anything. And literally, this is psychological. Just prepare yourself that I want to become a DJ. I'm saving this amount of money to get myself this DJ controller. And when you do that, your brain is more desperate to get that controller. And when you get that controller, your brain is like, this controller is it. You're more excited about it. You're more like, you don't see any limitation on that controller. So in your brain, if you start off small, you're making yourself small in that sense. Let me land. So starting off small controller, your dreams are already like, I'm starting off small and I'm gonna work up. Why don't you just tell yourself that I'm gonna start off big? I'm gonna learn how to use a big boy controller, and from there I'll take off. Like, I feel like if I wish I, invested more money on, quality rather than what if, or just in case, or just to kind of save yourself or save yourself money, but then you're not really investing right. Why would you? Well, when you have a dream, when you know, or when you believe in yourself, when you know that, okay, I really like DJing, I want to become a DJ. When that hits you, just buy the top quality stuff. And I feel like when that money leaves your account, when you buy those things, you would take that so much more seriously. You would take it to heart. You would actually graft, because you spent £1,000 on it. You spent a bag, like literally you spent money on that. So you'd want to work hard and you'd want to, push yourself. But when you spend like £100 on a controller, it could catch dust so easily. Like, you could literally just dump it in the back of the room and it's only £100. Do you know what I'm saying? But if you get the top quality one, that's 10 times of what that little controller costs you. Number 3, yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's the same thing. If you have the small controller and you have the big one with 4 channels, it's the exact same thing. It's just, you need to just spend more time on the more expensive one. But like, if you was to put it in the graph with time spent and how long you keep the controller for, long term the expensive controller will benefit you a lot more than the smaller one. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, yeah, don't do it to yourselves, man. Just start off big. For all those 3 reasons, start off big. Because it's the same thing. One, like, you need to just know that if you want to press play, you press play. Q is there. In fact, you even have the sampler, you have the even stems now on the new controllers. For example, the DDJ FLX10. If I was starting out, I would aim for that. FLX10 for me is perfect. It's got everything you need and everything you will need in the future. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't make the mistake I made and start off big. Promise you. Don't let people say it's complicated to learn. So I'll give you like 5 controllers that, if you're starting out, you should, you should really get your hands on these controllers. So the DDJ SX collection. So it could be the SX2, SX3, or even a normal SX. Let's say you have a £500 budget. You can get the used ones for a lot cheaper. That would really come in handy. And also the mic quality is also better. Another one that I got, let me actually find the name of it. I don't want to mislead you guys. I bought this controller as well, just because it's lighter and smaller, and it's okay. It has an XLR output as well. However, the mic quality is terrible. It's actually awful. If you want to use a microphone, do not get this controller. I promise you, you'd hate it. You can't even EQ the mic. It's literally what you get is what you get. Awful. But it's the Numark NS4FX. And it's a 4-channel DJ controller as well. I'm not gonna lie, as a controller, it's actually pretty standard. It's good. It's got what you need. The only downside with this controller, however, is the fact that the mic quality is awful. So I still recommend that if your budget is lower than 500, it actually currently costs £345. You could probably find it for 400 to between 300 to 500 pounds. You can get this controller. And you can even get a bundle deal with speakers, headphones, and also you can get the software with it as well, which is good for like £500, which is not bad. So starting out, that controller isn't the worst, but I'll rank it in the very bottom of starting up controllers you should get for when you're starting off as a DJ. And this is for Serato as well. I don't know if you can use record box as well. I'm not really sure. Let me find out for you. Yeah, guys, it's only Serato. So I'm a Serato DJ. I am only pretty much suggesting something that I've used. I'm not gonna suggest something that I haven't used because I don't want to mislead you guys. You know, you guys are my guys. You guys are my heart, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna mislead you guys. I will make sure that I tell you something that I've definitely used. So I've used this controller. I own this controller. It's literally in my boot right now. I would go get it for the video, but it's pretty far. I parked quite far away from here. Don't know if I want to go get that. But if I was to rank it between with my top 5, that's my 5th choice. Low budget, but good enough to start your career with. Second, I would go for Rain 4 controller. The Rain 4 for me is amazing. Like, I've used it once, only once, and it was very clean to use. It was standard. Very huge gap in quality comparing it with the new Mark. But yeah, the Rain 4 is definitely up there. Another one I suggest as well is the DDJ REV 5 is good. The REV 5, you can get that for like 800, 900. Looks like the REV 7, which is the next one I'll suggest. And the REV 7 is a lot more expensive because it has a motorized jog wheel and it feels amazing. There's nothing better than feeling like a very good DJ that has a very good equipment, that has a turntable as a jog wheel on a portable controller. It's just like, guys, just imagine you're starting out DJing and you've got the best gear. Like, how would you feel? Like, you'd feel fulfilled. Like, it sounds like I'm being a bit dramatic here, but it's the reality of it. Like, if you have good quality stuff, you will feel good quality. You won't downplay yourself. If someone asks, "Oh, what do?" You say, "I'm a DJ." You literally invested £1,000 in yourself. You spent £1,500 or £1,300 on your first controller. What do you do for a living? I'm a DJ. Wow. Yeah, wow. Literally. That's literally how I see it. Another one I recommend for my Serato users is the DDJ 1000 SRT. Make sure you get the SRT, because if you don't, then you're going to cry. SRT, that one there, I've used it. It is a little bit old, but it has everything you need. And if you start off with this controller, you love yourself forever, I promise you. And you would never give up on your dream on becoming the best DJ in your area or in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all these controllers I'm mentioning now are, you know, pricey but beneficial, short term and long term. However, if you do get the beginner one, it's only short term. And short term and is also limiting you. So guys, don't limit yourself, man. Don't limit yourself. Literally push for the highest, push for the top, and you will be on the top because you've made yourself get there with this, guys. Your brain, you use your brain. So yeah, guys, that's it for my video. Hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative. I hope it was motivating. I'm here to motivate everyone that's trying to make it out. I myself, I'm trying to make it out. You are trying to make it out. You're trying to make it out. So let's do it. Let's actually put our minds together and do it. So that's why I'm making this video. You know, a lot of people will say startup kit, but really and truly, I don't believe in the startup kit. I just think you should just go for it. You know, if you're really passionate about it and you've played around with the controllers, you've played around with the gear in the past, or your friends, or you've been to the DJ studios like Pirate Studio, All Night Studio, and you've used the controllers there, then there's no point getting a startup one. Don't do it to yourself. Just go for the big dogs, man. Go straight for the big dogs, straight, man. Like, no lele. Yeah, man, it was nice talking to you guys, man. I'll see you in the next one.